Hi, my name is Ashish, and in this video we will see logging AWS Kms API calls with AWS Cloudtrail. So let me just quickly log on to the portal and take it from there. I'm logged on to the console and I would go to my key management service. Okay, so AWS Kms is integrated with AWS Cloudtrail. So let me also open up another tab and show you the Cloudtrail service as well. So I will do Cloudtrail and click on it. It will take me to the Cloudtrail console in the AWS management console. So a service that records all calls to AWS Kms by users, roles and other AWS services. So Cloudtrail by default would record all the calls. Cloudtrail would capture all API calls to AWS Kms in the form of event, including calls from the AWS Kms console. AWS Kms APIs, the AWS command line interface as well. And if I will use AWS tools for PowerShell, that will also be captured. Cloudtrail logs all KWS operations, including read-only operations such as list, get, and operation that would manage the CMK such as create, put the key, cryptographic operations, all kind of operations. And Cloudtrail logs successful operations and attempted calls that failed, such as when the caller is denied access to a resource. Operations on CMKs in other accounts are logged in both the caller's account and the key owner's account as well. So for security reasons, some fields are omitted from AWS Kms log entries, such as the plain text parameter of an encrypt request. So if I show you how to log events in the Cloudtrail, Cloudtrail is enabled on the AWS account when we create an account. So when you first sign up on AWS, you would have Cloudtrail enabled for all your event capture, right? So when activity occurs in AWS Kms, that activity is recorded in a Cloudtrail event along with other AWS services in the event history. All right. And we can view, search and download recent events in the AWS account. So let me just show you how to view the event history in the AWS Cloudtrail logging. All right. So event history does not show data events. To see the data events, we have to create a trail, and we can view the Cloudtrail console to view the last 90 days of recorded API activities in the AWS region. We can also download a file with that information or a subset of information based on the filter and time range, right? So if I do here create a trail name is this, trail log bucket and folder. There is no cost to log these events. And so all the logs would be collected in the AWS Cloudtrail logs bucket folder that is created here. And the name, you can give it any name. I'm going with the default. So you click on create trail. So now if you will click on it, so it is logging all the logs, and the trail log location is this on which I clicked, which is your bucket, S3 bucket, in which all your logs would be collected. So this is the folder that is created by default. If you will click on it, so now as of now there are no objects because there is no activity done. So now if I go to my Cloudtrail service again, and this is my event history. Now you see the create alias, create key, enable key. So the last 90 days of the events you would see. Now if you will click on view full event history, here are your keys. So if I say add user to a group action, so it would tell you that the KMS user 2, okay, was added, and it is the JSON file, add user to a group, This is the IP address from which was added, the group name, and the name of the user. This is where you view the Cloudtrail events. And if I go again, click on event history, you can filter all the logs as well. So read only, AWS access key, resource name, resource type. If I go resource type here, enter a resource type, if you would see KMS here, and if how old you want to see the logs, local time zone, you want to see the last 12 hours of the logs, clear the filter. These are your latest logs. So if you click on here, this is your enable key log. Alright, so now if you would, so Cloudtrail is enabled as I told you, and for an ongoing record of events in your AWS account, including the events for AWS KMS, you create a trail like I did. A trail enables Cloudtrail to deliver log files to an Amazon S3 bucket, which I showed you. Let me open up this console again in a duplicate tab so that side by side I can show you the bucket as well. If you go here, log into the S3 bucket service, AWS Cloudtrail, click on it. AWS logs. So all the data, this is your account name, this is your Cloudtrail. Here are it is the location where they are being stored, and the trail applies to all the regions. The trail logs event from all the regions in the AWS partition and delivers the log files to the Amazon S3 bucket that we specify. Additionally, you can configure other AWS services to further analyze and act upon the event data collected in Cloudtrail logs. Okay, you can check for the Cloudtrail supported services and integrations. You can also configure Amazon SNS notifications for the Cloudtrail. You can receive Cloudtrail log files from multiple regions as well. Now, if you want to exclude AWS KMS event from a trail, so most AWS KMS users rely on the events in a Cloudtrail to provide a record of the use and the management of their AWS KMS resources. The trail can be a valuable source of data for auditing critical events such as creating, disabling, and deleting customer managed keys, changing the key policy, and the use of your CMS by AWS service on our behalf. In some cases, the metadata in the Cloudtrail log entry, such as the encryption context in an encryption operation, can help you to avoid or resolve errors. However, because AWS KMS can generate a large number of events, AWS Cloudtrail lets you exclude AWS KMS event from a trail. This per trial setting excludes all AWS KMS events. We cannot exclude particular AWS KMS events. So to exclude the AWS KMS event from a trail, so let's say this is the trail that I created. I click on trails under Cloudtrail logging. You click on here, click on setting. You want to update the trail. Or here in general details, you click on edit. So this is your trail name, right? So you want to enable it. So enable for all accounts in my organization, because I have only one account, that this is the option is grayed out. And you want to change the bucket for collection of logs, you can select from the available buckets that you have and update it. And log file SSE KMS encryption, you can enable it or disable it. Log file validation, you can choose to enable or disable the validation of the integrity of the log files. You want to SNS notification delivery, you can choose to enable or disable Amazon Simple Notification Service notification that log files have been delivered to the bucket specified of the trail. Right after you make all these changes, you can click on the save changes and then you can edit a trail. Alright. So this is how you log the AWS Kms API calls with AWS Cloudtrail. Alright. And exclude the settings as well. So I hope this was informative for all of you guys. If you have any queries, please mention them in the comment section and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Have a good day.